From the Albuquerque Journal, this is the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. It's Wednesday, June 10th. Here's what we're covering on today's episode. Doña Ana County commissioners faced hours of angry public testimony on Tuesday after a promised public meeting on the controversial Project Jupiter AI data center in Santa Teresa was transformed into a company-hosted open house and career fair. Residents and environmental activists accused the county leaders of sidelining community concerns about water use, pollution, transparency, and the fast-tracked approval of $165 billion in industrial revenue bonds for the project. Critics were particularly upset that the June 18th public forum they expected was replaced by a June 17th event organized by developers and tenants, including Oracle and OpenAI. Commission Chair Manny Sanchez defended the open house format as a better way to provide information, while Commissioners Susana Chaparro and Susie Kimball argued residents still deserve a town hall-style meeting where they can directly question officials and experts. The contentious session highlighted deep divisions over whether the massive AI facility will bring economic opportunities and jobs to southern New Mexico, or worsen environmental and quality of life concerns already in a vulnerable community. County officials now plan to create an online portal for public questions, but the broader community meeting could still be months away. New Mexico climbed from last place to 49th nationally in child well-being in the 2026 Kid Counts data book, overtaking Mississippi for the first time in 5 years. The state showed notable improvements in economic well-being and child health, including lower child poverty rates and fewer child and teen deaths. However, New Mexico still ranked last in both education and family and community measures. Education remains the state's biggest challenge, with the report showing the worst academic outcomes in the nation and virtually no progress since 2019. Advocates pointed to policies such as minimum wage increases, child tax credits, and universal child care as helping improve economic conditions. Experts cautioned against focusing solely on the rankings, arguing that while the progress is real, major work remains to improve economic and educational outcomes and opportunities for New Mexico's children. The city of Albuquerque and New Mexico Attorney General Raul Torres have asked a federal judge to dismiss the Trump administration's lawsuit challenging New Mexico's Immigrant Safety Act and Albuquerque's Safer Community Places Ordinance. The U.S. Department of Justice argues the laws unlawfully interfere with federal immigration enforcement. State and city officials counter the federal government cannot force local governments to assist with immigration enforcement under the 10th Amendment. The state law prohibits local governments from contracting with ICE to detain immigrants, while Albuquerque's ordinance limits ICE access to city property and certain public facilities without warrants. The dispute has major implications for counties that rely on immigration detention facilities for jobs and revenues, particularly Otero County. Supporters say the laws protect state sovereignty and immigrant communities, while critics argue they threaten local economies and hinder federal immigration enforcement. The case follows similar DOJ lawsuits against, quote, sanctuary jurisdictions that federal courts in states such as Colorado, Illinois, and New York have recently dismissed. And the University of New Mexico Health held a ribbon cutting on Tuesday for a new $36 million children's psychiatric center in Albuquerque that is expected to open in July. The 32,500 square foot facility will provide modern inpatient mental health care for children and teens, with 36 beds initially and a capacity to expand to 52. It also includes a specialized 4-bed unit for patients experiencing severe behavioral crises. The new center replaces a decades-old cottage-style facility and features therapeutic design elements, outdoor courtyards, and consolidated services aimed at improving patient care and safety. Funded through a 2022 voter-approved bond measure, the project is intended to address New Mexico's growing youth mental health needs. Leaders from the University of New Mexico, including outgoing President Garnett Stokes, said the facility reflects modern approaches to psychiatric treatment and will expand access to care for some of the state's most vulnerable children. Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham praised the project, saying it provides a dedicated place for children with serious mental health and psychiatric needs to receive treatment and support. The leading news is powered by the journalism of the Albuquerque Journal. If you enjoy hearing all of the stories we share with you here daily, please consider becoming a digital subscriber to the Journal by utilizing the discount code in our show notes. Every subscription helps support local journalism and allows us to provide you with the news that matters to you. Now taking a look at Albuquerque's weather forecast. Today you can expect sunny and hot conditions with a high near 99, and as for this evening, clear skies with a low around 60. To keep up with all the latest news from the Albuquerque Journal, you can visit our website at abqjournal.com. That's the leading news. I'm Gino Gutierrez. We'll be back tomorrow.